Not far from the centre of Copenhagen, there's an assembly of cyclists on two wheels and half a dozen bicycle rickshaws, each carrying two pensioners from different old people's homes. Copenhagen City Council has bought the rickshaws for the dual purpose of promoting health and to help the elderly escape their cloistered everyday surroundings. Council official Dorte Petersen.
We want to make sure that they're not isolated in the homes, and hopefully by this initiative we can encourage that they come out into the community. Right now they're passengers, but hopefully one day we can see some of them in the parallel cycles that we also have, where they actually do help push the cycle themselves.
One of the volunteers pedalling the rickshaws is management consultant Jørgen Husbond.
One of my big passions in life is to help create a culture where we support and help each other. And this is such a great initiative of building networks between older people, but actually all ages. They usually don't really get out of their old people's homes, so this is a chance for them to get out and see some of the world they had an active part in some years back. Those that are able to get back on two wheels, they will be motivated by this.
Using one of Copenhagen's many broad bike lanes, the convoy sets off towards the city centre, with the rickshaws leading the way. These excursions were conceived by entrepreneur Ole Casso. He describes himself as a social innovator who challenges conventional thinking to inspire people to make a better world.
Actually, what we're trying to do with this movement, which is cycling, no matter what the age, is that cycling is actually giving benefits for both the brain and for the body. So I want a lot more old people to cycle.
So what exactly do you think the health benefits are for older people? I mean, do you really expect people to climb out of these rickshaws?
The people in the rickshaws, they are there to get a good experience. But for instance, my mother, who's 74, she cycles 5 kilometers every single day. And I think that brings, that gives her youth and probably, extends her life by 10 years. You don't get Parkinson's or Alzheimer, at least, it makes sure that you don't get it for another 10 years maybe. So it increases the amount of grey mass in the brain, which is also responsible for, letting us remember things. So I think for old people, it gives them just quality of life.
After a long, bitter, cold Danish winter, it's now a glorious Copenhagen morning. The sun is out shining brightly. It's a bit nippy in the shade, and that's why the old age pensioners in the rickshaws up front are wrapped up tightly in blankets.
I feel very, very, very nice when you bike. Your pulse get up, you get out in the fresh air.
Pedalling behind the rickshaws is 76-year-old Arvid Henderson, a retired professor of mechanical engineering who cycles several times a week.
I think it improves all kind of health, including Parkinson's disease. Instead of just sitting home, you have to get out of the fresh air and bike a bit.
Down at the waterfront, the column stops to soak up the sunshine.
Jeg hedder Katie Jørgensen.
My name is Katie Jørgensen, and I'm 98 years old. I've never tried anything like this before. It's fun, and you gotta try everything before you depart. I'm having trouble walking by myself, so this is lovely.
Now I'm at University Hospital in Copenhagen with Professor Dorte Petersen, who's a specialist in internal medicine.
If you do exercise, for instance, commuting with cycling, then you will live 5 years longer, and you will even have 10 more years without disease. By cycling, you will have protection against dementia, Parkinson, type 2 diabetes, cancer, and heart disease. It's also good for your mental health, so it's a weapon against stress, anxiety. It's even good for your sexual function. That may also mean something, even though you are an elderly person.
You're talking to me?
No, I'm talking to 150 million people.
So there you have it. Get on your bike. There's really no excuse not to.